Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Game and Stitch Bee. My name is Brandy. I'm just following up with you guys after I did my live streams on World of Warcraft and the items that I have made so far for charity and the things that I have that are in progress. So I just wanted to show you the first thing I made. So the first live stream I did was in the Zone Hellfire Peninsula. And for that, I said I wanted to use the color red and I wanted to make some mittens. So I have knit, not crocheted, knit these mittens. Now these are by Tin Can Knits. These are, I believe it's called the World's Simplest Mittens. I'll link the pattern below, but here's my two red mittens. They're in the size adult medium. I used, what did I use? Oh, Lion Brand Wool Ease. I believe this is the color, I think it was called it's not the true red, but it's like one step above. I don't have the label anymore. I think it was like cranberry or something like that. But here they are. They're all finished, ready to be donated. This is the adult medium size. I was able to get a full pair of mittens out of one ball of yarn of that. And I do have some left over. So that's my first item. And then I am now questing in Zangamarsh, which that zone is very blue and purple, and there's some greens, and it's really bright and just all kinds of colors. So I have made two items so far for that. It's a matching set. This is crochet. So I crocheted this cowl. I actually made it long ways. I made it 23 inches long, and it's about 7.5 inches wide. I made a long strip, and then I did seam it. So, but it's harder to see the seam because this is pretty busy. Let me just try it on. Excuse me if I bump the microphone. So there, you can see it'll make a nice warm cowl for somebody. And then along with that, I crocheted this hat. I'm hoping it's showing it good. Just a basic double crochet hat. And I freehanded this. And it just has, it's very hard to see, but there is like a ribbing at the bottom. This yarn is super busy, as you noticed. It changes color every stitch. Even if I did this single crochet, it would change colors with every single crochet. So I stuck with just a basic double crochet beanie. And it's about like an adult medium size. This one, I forgot to say, the stitching is, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a V-stitch, but it's not the traditional V-stitch. So there are two double crochets here. And then I didn't do a chain one in between them. When I came back across, I just put two more in the gap in between the two. Oh, there you go. You can probably see it a little better now. And I think that turned out quite nice. Now, recently on my channel, I also started to play World of Warcraft Mist of Pandaria Classic again. And I started out in a gnome zone. And that zone is all white, covered in snow when you enter. And there are these blobs of green, like toxic ooze. So I have these two colors. They're from Hirschner's. I have this white and this color. It's called lime. And so far, I am knitting a hat. And I just started making it. I just started making the brim. So here's the brim, 90 stitches. I'm hoping that's okay. On size 8 circular needles. Just doing a 1x1 rib. I'm gonna do that for maybe 4 inches. And I may double the brim over. And then I think I might switch to this. I'm not sure when I'm going to switch to this, but I want to put both colors in. It's going to be funky, but it'll be fun. So I'm working on those, and those are all my current projects for my World of Warcraft series. So stay tuned. That's literally all my whips. I don't have a lot going at once. Excuse me. I normally just have like one or two things that I'm working on at a time, and I work on those and I finish them before I start anything else. I also don't do a lot of massive yarn hauls. I did one recently just because I had zero yarn. Like, I knitted and crocheted all for charity and I needed to restock. So I did buy a bunch of Hirschner's yarn because they were having like a $1 shipping sale and I needed a lot of yarn. So I bought a bunch of colors, and otherwise I normally only buy maybe like 10 or less skeins at one time, just enough to restock certain colors. So I don't have a big yarn stash. I just have one of those clear plastic tubs that I restock, and then I just make donation items and ship them off when I get enough of them together. So what I'll be making mostly is like hats, scarves, mittens, things that are easy to donate. I do donate blankets. I donate smaller baby blankets, and I give those directly to my mother, who gives those to a pregnancy support center in my hometown where I grow up. So I make a bunch of those and get those together and give them to her when she comes. The other ones, I'm trying to think. So the hats and scarves, I will save a bunch of those, and once a year in the fall, like September and October, we have a local charity that'll collect them and distribute them in our area. And then I'll donate the rest to Warm Up of America. All right, that's it. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you for watching and have a good day.